Hey guys, it's the Coaster Crusader, and today I'm going to be reviewing the movie We're the Millers. I saw it about a week ago, so I'm just going to jump right into here. Um, when I saw the preview for this, I thought it was just going to be another one of those generic, formulaic, hangover-esque comedies that we're seeing all this year. I mean, we've already seen, what's it called? Identity Thief. There were a few other ones this year that were really just generic formulaic. Hangover Part 3, they were just generic formulaic crappy comedies. Nothing, those movies were horrible. No offense. So I thought this was just going to be another one of those lineup, because 2012 was the year of comedies. I mean, we had 21 Jump Street, we had Ted, and this year's trying to imitate it somewhat, but they're not doing a good job. So I've been waiting. I'm like, this movie can't be that good. It's probably going to be sucky. I go into this movie with that expectation, and wow, I was impressed. While this was still very generic and formulaic, it was hilarious, and I was laughing my ass off throughout most of the movie. And I mean, that's the purpose of a comedy film right there, is to make you laugh. So if a comedy is able to do that and keep you entertained and make you laugh in the whole movie, it serves its purpose, and it's done right. So, I guess I'm gonna get talking about the plot here. There's this guy, he's a small-time drug dealer, played by, Jason Sudeikis, who was great in, Horrible Bosses, and apparently he's married to Olivia Wilde, which is... wow. So, he's a small-time drug dealer, and he's employed by, Ed Helms' character, to go down to Mexico and get a little bit of a shipment, that's what he's led to believe, of a shipment, and bring it back to America because he lost his last stash. So basically, in order to disguise himself so he can get across the border easily, he disguises himself and a few people, Jennifer Aniston's character, Rose, who's a stripper, Will Poulter's character, who's like a geeky kid, and Emma Roberts' character, who's basically a punk homeless girl. So yeah, and they disguise themselves as a family to go across the get across the border safely and get the drugs and come back. And they rent this big RV. My comparison to this movie was, when I was talking to my friend, it's like RV meets The Hangover. The first Hangover, that is, because Hangover 2 and 3 were terrible. The first Hangover was pretty good, and the RV was okay. But this was actually really good. I enjoyed it. I was laughing the whole time. I'd say the most comedy in this movie, and obviously it's a comedy movie, so I gotta point that out, comes from Will Poulter's character, Kenny Rossmore. He was just hilarious. I related with him, and I also just couldn't stop laughing. Like, you just see his face and you start laughing. That's how funny he was. And so Jennifer Aniston, a lot of people say she's like gorgeous and everything. I really don't see it, so she was okay, I guess. She didn't really bring. Obviously Jason Sudeikis as the main character was pretty hilarious, because he's good in everything he's done. Really, he's a pretty hilarious comedic actor. Emma Roberts was pretty good. Ed Helms was a dick, a douchebag, but that was what he was supposed to portray. So those are the main performances. There was also this other family that they met halfway that took a lot of the movie up, the Fitzgerald family. So it was Don Fitzgerald, played by Nick Offerman, who's famous for Parks and Recreations and that. Edie Fitzgerald, played by Catherine Hahn, who was in Step Brothers, and Melissa Fitzgerald, who was their daughter. They were all pretty funny, except for the daughter, I would say, but they were pretty hilarious, and Don Fitzgerald is a badass. So yeah, I mean, there's not much more I could say. It's a very generic, formulaic comedy. But I mean, even if it is generic, and even if it is formulaic, it keeps me laughing, and I was entertained thoroughly throughout the entire film. So I can't really give it that high of a rating, because it is very generic and formulaic and unoriginal. And it's not like an Oscar-worthy movie or anything. It's a dumbass comedy. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It was a pretty enjoyable movie. There was definitely some flaws. and that mainly comes from the genericity and the formulicity. But other than that, there's nothing. It's enjoyable. If you want to go see it, go see it. I mean, it's worth the money. So, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.